Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fields here at Southern Virginia University for your women's lacrosse matchup with your Southern Virginia Knights against the Panthers of Ferrum College. The Southern Virginia Knights coming off a tough loss against Emmanuel in their last home game, and then at Greensboro, an overtime match that they were so close to winning. I'm joined today with Emily Winslow, and we're ready to bring you the action as the Knights come away with the ball here.
Yeah, great start. Again, McLean Hardy, one of our starting and really dominant draws here. We've definitely got the possession here, and they need to take advantage of this. McLean's really strong. Anytime she's got the ball, you know you can really trust her.
Yeah, draw control obviously very important in women's lacrosse, and with the new rules especially, we have had a couple of changes as far as the rules for the sport in order to increase the speed. Oh, great shot early for the Knights.
Lauren Thatcher. Yeah, she's not afraid to shoot, and she's definitely one of those girls who, given the ball, is definitely trustworthy with it.
Already with 5 goals on the season for Lauren, so coming out early and testing Ferrum. Good opportunity here. Puts a shot on goal, and that's the first goal for the Knights.
Lauren Thatcher.
Take a 1-0 lead over Ferrum College.
You know, they really need this. This is a great start to a great game. They really need to start off strong and get this momentum and keep it.
Looks like they're doing a good job of that. They came off strong, got the ball back initially, and then Lauren Thatcher just putting it on frame early. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, and we're going to see that a lot. We're going to see a lot of McLean taking this down, throwing it over to Thatcher, and let's hope they can just keep this going all game.
Another draw here for McLean Hardy.
And a pickup by McLean.
Does a good job turning and allowing her to get downfield.
Yeah, she's a really strong midfielder. She's a really great addition to the team this year. We're really lucky to have her. She's definitely got that skill asset of playing before. She's played against really hard schools. She's coming from a D1 background. She really knows how to play hard, even though she really isn't the biggest one out there. You got to give it to her. She's a tiny girl, but she can fight and she can handle the ball for a long time. Right here we can see they're doing a really great job of passing around the outside and really smart passes. Not the smartest shot I would have said, but hey, we got the ball back.
And another goal for the Knights.
Ashley Lessing.
Looked like a difficult shot to get off, but it looked like Ashley was just in the right position to pick that up, ran around the goal real quick, and
definitely took advantage of that.
Absolutely. That puts the Knights 2 up over Ferrum College.
Yeah, that's great for Ashley. She's our senior this year, and she's been a part of this program for a long time. She's definitely got a lot of experience with her, and she can fight.
Great to see the Knights coming out so strong. 2 goals in just the first couple minutes here. Ferrum not even really coming away with too much possession so far. See if the Knights can get another attempt to control here.
Hopefully now they can pick that up.
Everybody
and
fighting
McLean,
for it.
once again, she is killing it. It was a great game, great start with McLean Hardy. Right to Magic. Magic's another returner here who's been here for a while. She's got a lot of talent.
Leading the team in goals is Hannah King, but as you mentioned, Magic 6 goals this season, so second for the Knights in goals scored. She's doing a wonderful job here trying to open things up.
And a really great pass to Ashley Lessing. Didn't quite have the opportunity, but very smartly took it out of the 8. We're going to try again here.
See a lot of good movement by the Knights in the middle trying to open things up.
Again, picked up by Magic. They're really actually playing pretty smart here. Their passes are being really trustworthy, and they're a little rushed, I'm not going to lie, but hey, they'll take it.
It's good to see the intensity, though, and they're coming out and they're looking for stuff early.
Looks like they're going to give the push on Ferrum, so Ashley's going to get the shot here. Another change in the rules. We see that everyone's allowed to freely move wherever they want, but Ferrum does get first rights to those next hashes right next to her. Everyone else is allowed to go wherever they want. They do have to stay out of the box. The box is a new rule here at this game. It's really interesting. You can see that on the field there's new lines. which is a good addition. These lines here that are going from the goal line extended a little bit before it.
Knights unable to come away with a good shot there, but they will retain possession.
They really just need to hold this. Those first two ones were really rushed, which is awesome to get a head start on the scoreboard, but a lot of lacrosse is possession time. You know, if the longer they can just keep this on their side of the field, the better chances of this game are. Looks like they're going to keep possession here, which is pretty big.
Knights continuing to put pressure on Ferrum here early. A lot of good opportunities.
You know, this does seem a little bit like how the game used to be. You know, last year, a lot of stop and go. These refs are seeming to call a lot of things, but hopefully we will see that this game is going to keep going a lot faster. Again with another call, but it looks like they're going to give it to Ferrum.
Yeah, it does look like with the new rule changes, the flow of play definitely has been affected. Did you see that a lot in some of their earlier games this season?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. One of the major keys of these new rule changes is getting in shape. Right here we can see exactly all the work that Southern Virginia has put in. They were able to put a 3-on-1 in the midfield, which isn't easy to do. Right here we've got another double team, and well done by Ashley Lessing. This girl is here to fight today. Wow. Wait, that's huge. Right here now we've got possession again, and Magic was able to pick it up and lost it. Kind of a crazy check by Megan, but hey.
Tough possession. It looked like Magic got the ball and went right to goal. She was looking for it, but
yeah. So now here we are going to play man down. They are going to give the card to Megan Barfus for that check, which might have been a little bit on accident with the momentum, but Knights have to step up here and play man down.
Now Ferrum finally getting their own momentum, really their first major possession coming up here, so it's definitely the perfect opportunity for them playing a man up.
Yeah, this is a tricky situation here. It's one of those where you want to be able to spread out as thin as possible, but still keep someone on ball at all times and slow them down. Don't let them just drive it all the way down through to the other side. Yeah,
definitely if you're the Knights, you need to be watching out for Caitlin Harley, the Panthers' leading goal scorer this season. She has 21 goals on the season, so almost triple the amount of the second closest. So obviously that's the player to watch out for, number 10, Caitlin Harley.
A little bit of a scramble here in the midfield and picked up by the Knights. Well done. I do believe that is Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah King bringing the ball down for the Knights here.
Yeah, she's another great asset. She's new this year, and she's definitely a presence that's constantly we see in every game that they've had so far. They are a little rushed here, I'm not going to lie. They're really trying to drive it in, but hey, if they can get some more shots in, give themselves a little more cushion for this game.
Looks like Magic taking another shot early there. They will retain possession.
There's a double here, which is a great opportunity. Oh, it was a great save by their goalie.
Panthers really trying to move the ball out quickly as the pressure from the Knights has been very difficult, getting quite a few shots off here in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, you have to see right here, we see Hannah doing a great job of midfield defense. They're really slowing them down. They are going to call her on that last part there, but you know, you have to give it to the Knights. They did their part. They slowed the ball down, and it took a lot longer for them to drive it in. Great defense, even here. You know, a lot of teams kind of hold back and wait, but they're doing a great job of just keeping the pressure on the whole field.
And realistically, it's been about 5 minutes, and this is the first time Ferrum's really broken into this third of the field, so that's great defense by the Knights as well.
Yeah, this defense is playing aggressive. I like it. They're doing a great job. Oh. Gotta be careful with those girls open behind goal.
Looked like Chandler Long unable to complete the pass there. Now the Knights will come away with the possession.
Jamie Snyder is also another returner. She's a great defensive presence. Maddie Krause trying to get the clear here. She is. Great midfield transition. one thing we are taught constantly in lacrosse is the ball can move faster than your feet. So those 2 passes right there at the beginning really gave SVU the advantage. Oh, hard loss, but great pickup by Ashley Lessing. Oh.
Like Kiana Mojica there of the Panthers really trying to fight for the ball.
They are going to give it to Ferrum, it looks like. Great defense. I think they are saying that Ashley did start a little close to her. You are supposed to give 4 meters to a girl before she gets possession.
Ashley doing a really good job keeping on here.
Yes, great talk here on defense. I mean, look at these girls are really scrambled. They're having a hard time getting this up the field. SVU is doing a great job of staying with them.
Chloe Hudson now, number 3, bringing the ball down for the Panthers. Going aggressive towards the goal here. We have a shot, and it's saved.
Great save by Maddie Krause. And great clear. That was really impressive. Helped get the ball right down the field.
Long throw downfield to Megan Barfus, bringing the ball down now. Trying to find a teammate, is able to find Natalie Rice here.
And just like that, the ball's back on our side. This is exactly what you want to see.
Makes it tough for goal. And
great shot by Natalie Rice.
That puts the Knights up 3-0 in the first 8 minutes. This is a great start here for the Knights.
Yeah, that was a great, what we like to call taking on that one-on-one, where Natalie did see that there were other possibilities open, but she decided to be aggressive and just drive in for that shot. That's something that Coach Nancy really does love to teach. She loves to say that anybody on offense is a shooter and can be a shooter. Everyone needs to take and learn how to take opportunities when they are presented.
Yeah, had plenty of teammates around her, but just made a quick cut and then went straight for the goal. That's a great opportunity there for the Knights. Put them up 3-0.
This is a great start. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, to watch the game outside is a little bit different than being out on that field in this weather. It has a lot of impact on gameplay. This weather is really cold. You can see McLean's having a hard time keeping her fingers warm. When your fingers are this cold, it's really hard to maintain the control of the stick that you're wanting to.
Yeah, for those watching at home, it is about 40 degrees up here at the fields and very windy. As you mentioned, the conditions definitely do affect the play. Obviously, the hands much more sensitive and harder to control, so it definitely is affecting the players, but the Knights seem to be familiar with it. Maybe a little home field advantage playing for them.
Another great draw control. McLean straight to Hannah King. I'm telling you, if they can keep this draw situation up like they have here, this game is really going to be determined by who can keep possession longer.
It looks like the Knights are doing a good job of that so far and getting most of the draws so far.
You can see McLean here is not afraid of this double team. When she did that double team, she drew in 2 defenders, which led one of her teammates to be wide open. They're just going to keep doing this. They're not afraid to drive in and try to take on a double team or see who's open.
Looks like Lauren Thatcher trying to make a cut in now. It does so.
Oh, unfortunate. They're going to let him keep playing.
Another great shot by the Knights, though. Just doing that one-on-one so well so far.
Yeah, that was a great look by Lauren Thatcher. Just unlucky shot.
Now the Panthers are bringing the ball back down here. Number 9, Audrey Ramsey.
The Knights are doing a great job staying with it, but it just seems like they did. She seems like she's pretty open at the bottom of the 8 there.
Knights definitely focusing a lot on their attack, maybe leaving their defense slightly open. As you mentioned, Jacqueline Prilliman, number 25 for the Panthers, fairly consistently open in front of the goal. Maybe something they try to address.
Great transition here by the Knights again. This game is complete turnaround from what we've seen of the struggle of trying to get the ball downfield. The Knights are doing a beautiful transitions and beautiful draws.
Hannah Walters able to
Great
find
pick
Magic
up.
in the
Magic
center.
switched to her left hand, and great pass.
So close to a
Wow.
shot there.
Yeah, I thought she was going in for it. And picked up by Lauren Thatcher. This is great. This is another chance for them to settle on offense and make some beautiful plays.
A couple players open in. Some good movement by the Knights, though, to open things up in the center.
Most definitely. Oh, great interception. Megan Barfus and pipe shot. That was pretty cool.
That's a great effort, though. Megan Barfus just all over the place today for the Knights.
Oh.
Quite literally all over the place. Now testing the ground.
No, she is definitely a hard player. She's really fun athlete who isn't afraid to play defense and offense.
So close on her shot, too. Just a couple inches, and that's in.
A great midfield opportunity here. The Knights are killing at midfield. We've definitely had more possession on this half of the field. Here they go again. Lauren Thatcher not afraid to take on 3 defenders, but they are going to let the goalie clear this out.
She had a great opportunity there. It looked like she had a cut almost all the way to goal, but goalie so far for the Panthers doing pretty well.
Yeah, hopefully this doesn't, get in Lauren's head here. She is a great athlete. She has a great shot. These have just been a little bit unlucky, and you do have to give credit to their goalie. She's been very aggressive and doing a great job.
Absolutely. Brittany Hall coming into this game with 41 saves on the season, adding to that total today for sure. Despite the Knights putting on quite a few shots, and she has given up 3 goals so far.
Megan Barfus with the possession. Where she is on a hash out there. It's hard to tell, but there is a hash mark extended.
Unable to keep control of the ball, but it looks like we do have a foul.
Refs are calling a lot this game. It is a sport where they really have to actively try to keep it safe for all girls.
Megan Barfus here with a great opportunity. Let's see if she takes a shot quick.
Yeah, you'll see Ferrum decided not to take that hash on her left. I don't know if that was really one of the smartest moves for him, because she gives her a lot more time to try to work it in.
She's unable to get a clean shot away there.
She is going to get a reshot. Definitely the foul was on number 4, Ferrum.
Like Tatiana Roberts, number 4 there. Takes a shot, but goes high over the goal.
Picked up by Magic. She's going to take it on. It's one of those things where you have to be able to shake it off and try again. The Knights are really good at recovering and getting a good reset on offense. Lauren Thatcher here coming in, left-handed. They probably are going to call that shooting space on Ferrum, which is awesome. It gives Lauren the chance to do the same thing right over again.
She's a very quick player here, so I wouldn't be surprised if she just goes straight at goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 4th point here for the Knights.
She has a strong shot. She is a fast athlete. She is definitely a fun women's lacrosse player to watch.
She also has 5 goals on the season, so she's 3rd for the Knights. Doing a wonderful job trying to get 6 here. She does take a shot, and it will be the 4th goal of the game. So Lauren Thatcher's 6th goal of the season, and the Knights take a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, you can tell she's able to let out a little bit of some of that frustration. She did have a couple shots that should have gone in, but congratulations, Lauren Thatcher.
Obviously got to be happy with that one.
Mm-hmm. The Knights are playing great. This game is being won by those midfield transitions. They're keeping possession on offense. They're not making dumb passes. They're doing a great job.
Looks like Ferrum College electing to call a timeout. Probably a smart idea here, as really the Knights have controlled most of the game so far. If you're Ferrum right here, what is it that you need to talk about? What do you think you need to fix?
We have noticed that they haven't had possession for very long on their on their side, and it is, like, when I mentioned earlier, this game is won by possession time. Honestly, it's who can get possession off draws and who can keep it. And the Knights have been doing a fantastic job. Ferrum here really is probably emphasizing the need to keep it on their side of the field and to watch our drives offensively. The Knights have really strong shooters. There's not just one to watch out for, and that's really hard to coach defensively, to tell them to know and acknowledge that all girls offensively can go in and will shoot.
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting game because, as you mentioned earlier, I think the Knights did come out, a little bit heated up, probably not in the most control, but they have been really testing the goalie today. And despite the Panthers, I think, having a couple good opportunities, they've had Jacqueline Prilliman open in front of goal a couple times, just unable to really capitalize on it. Maddie Krause in the goal for the Knights, doing a really good job, just pushing everything to the sides, keeping them away. So it's almost surprising that Ferrum hasn't really had that many opportunities, given that the Knights, have scored and have shots, but I wouldn't say their organization is as good as it can be and has been in some of the games in the past. So the Knights still leading 4-0, but Ferrum obviously with some opportunities so far as well.
Yeah, and you do have to recognize that this is a pretty new team for the Knights here. We, last year we did lose a lot of players, and this year a lot of freshmen, a lot of new sophomores, a lot of brand new talent never played before, and they're all learning to play together for the first time this year. It's really exciting for women's lacrosse, but it is a little bit of a hurdle to overcome, to learn how to play with new girls, without those years of trust and really getting to know how each player plays. But they're doing a great job here. There's a lot of cohesion. That it doesn't really seem like a brand new team.
Yeah, absolutely. Conversely to that, Ferrum with 7 seniors on their team, really, typically, as you mentioned, the upperclassmen kind of lead the team and help the lowerclassmen get familiar with the program, get familiar with the coaching, and play to their strengths. But the Knights, despite having a younger core, I think, really representing well today. So Ferrum trying to look to their seniors in order to build some momentum here, but so far unable to do so.
Yeah, it is a brand new team for Ferrum to be playing the Knights. This is a new team for them that they've never had to play against, knowing that there's only like 3 or 4 returners here, so new game for both teams.
We have McLean Hardy again taking the draw against Audrey Ramsey for the Panthers.
Great pickup. McLean Hardy is here to fight. Wow, great draw up unto herself and won the control possession. Tried to pass it there to Holly Ryan, and she was able to pick it up. Megan Barfus. Megan Barfus is one of those returners who is fairly confident with the ball. She is one of those girls who can run it right down the field, no problem.
Also not afraid to shoot, has the 3rd most shots on the team with 11 this season.
McLean wide open in the middle and couldn't quite make it in. Great look by Megan Barfus.
Brittany Hall again in the goal for the Panthers, doing a good job and making sure Knights don't come away with too many clean ones.
Yeah, the Ferrum is playing great defense here. We can see they're choosing to double team the ball. Oh, hard shot by Magic Knowles, but not quite. This is a great goalie.
She's definitely getting her work in today, as quite a few of the Knights players are testing her.
Yeah, those shots are hard when she's right up near the goalie, and it's hard to mirror that stick, but this goalie is playing intense.
Number 13, Chandler Long, getting a lot of pressure there from the Knights. Passes it off to Caitlin Harley, who brings it downfield now.
I mean, watch this double team here. These girls are not afraid to stay with the ball as long as possible. And those girls who were being a big part of that defensive transition were actually offensive players. You do have to remember, this is a great tactic that Nancy Weber has taught the girls. Is it doesn't matter if you're on offense, everyone contributes to that defensive side of transition.
And that's just a sign of a great team as well. Unfortunate there. Knights had an opportunity. They will give up a shot here, but it's saved.
Save, Maddie Krause. That looked like that was almost an interception by Remy, but she did lose it for a second. McLean's going to pick up the ball and throw it to Lauren Thatcher. Lauren Thatcher's got great speed, able to pass it on to Remy here.
Nice, slowing it down now.
Looking for someone open. Back to McLean. McLean, great eyes on Megan Barfus. Tried to get a little low shot there, but it looks like it was not quite gonna make it in.
Possession back, and they've really had a hard time getting it that close to the Knights' goal, so they're definitely trying to just bring it down as fast as they can here, it looks like.
And you can see here, this is another product of the new rules. These girls just ran up and down the field 4 times nonstop. You got to give it to these middies. They've got to be exhausted here. They have to, but this is what they've trained for. This is the new game. The new game is this fast, and you have to be able to go without any breaks.
Absolutely, and 15 minutes into this, I think they definitely will be feeling it eventually, but hopefully the fitness has kind of continued for them. So I'm sure that in the preseason as well, knowing those rules, the fitness was addressed. We'll see how it plays out in the second half, though.
Yeah, this is a fast sport. You do have to be able to contribute to the transitions and offensive and defensively on each side once you get down. It's not easy, but these girls are in really great shape, and they're doing a great job of stopping Ferrum here. They look like a little bit of a dangerous check. You have to be very careful at any aggression shown within the 8. It is critical because now it is a free shot for Ferrum.
And now Sienna Burgos-Altman with the attempt for Ferrum. She has 4 goals on the season, so definitely not afraid to score here. We'll see if she tests the Knights.
Great crash by the Knights. Both defensive players were able to get to her before she even got a shot out of her stick. That's huge. That's definitely the main contribution to this transition here.
Defense now stepping it up for the Knights. We've seen the offense put 4 on the board, but the defense as well coming in and keeping the shutout so far.
They're doing a great job. Once again, Lauren Thatcher bringing it all the way down the field.
Again, Lauren looking for an opportunity, finds a pass.
Quick shot by Megan Barfus. You know, those shots are hard. She really wasn't looking, and she just kind of turned around and shot. As those can be great, and those are also sometimes really hard to manage and to aim to go right where you want it to.
Yeah, that one going just a little bit high. We've seen a couple shots go a little bit high. But
great job again here by defensive midfield. Able to get that interception. They are killing it. Oh. They're letting a lot of the game play on here.
Like a little bit of confusion there. A couple of players trying to call for it, but the Panthers come away with the ball.
Great defense by Ashley Lessing. Ashley is one of those really aggressive defensive players who's not afraid to get close and to play hard. Maddie Dibble here. They are going to call that probably a push. Did seem like a little bit of a accidental hazard here, but it was outside of the 8, so which means it is not a free possession.
Ashley McAllister here for Ferrum College. Elects to just pass it off. Now Ferrum really trying to slow it down and take control. They haven't had too many opportunities for shots, so I think it's smart to really take advantage of any shots that you get. But again, the Knights defense really keeping the pressure on here.
Yeah, they are going to call it on McLean Hardy. You do have to be careful with any sort of stick action in front of the face. They are quick to call anything that could be dangerous to the girl with possession. Great double team here, but it does leave someone wide open. And you see here Hannah doing the best she can. Hannah Thane trying to stop that ball, but she knew right away that she was in shooting space. It's one of those unlucky calls of women's lacrosse where you can either decide to try to defend it or just know, and while doing so, knowing that you are going to be in shooting space.
Chandler Long not able to get a clean shot away there as the Knights, again, their defense coming in clutch and not allowing for anything so far in this game, but Ferrum does still come away with the possession.
They're doing a great job off of those free possession shots. Those two defensive players are quick off the whistle to stop that shot from happening. And a change of possession here for the Knights. Hannah King to Lauren Thatcher. Lauren Thatcher's definitely got speed here. Tried to give it to Megan Barfus, this looked like, and picked up by Magic. Well done, Magic.
Thought she was just going to take a quick shot there, it looked
Magic is definitely one of those players you can always rely on. Somehow she always seems to be in the right place right when you need her. She's a great asset to this team. McLean looking like she was trying to go in for it. Foul outside of the 8, but they're going to let her take it on.
Likes to just pass it off and allow for the recycle here. A lot of Knight movement in the offense as well.
Natalie Rice. Yeah, they're doing a great job of really spreading it out and trying to confuse the defense as much as possible.
Natalie Rice unable to complete that pass there. Ferrum comes away with the possession. Now Chloe Hudson looking for a pass as the Knights' pressure continues. Definitely been a theme throughout this game so far.
Great pressure once she made it down on the defensive end by Maddie Dibble. Great aggression here by Remy Jarvis. You could really tell she really wanted that, and she was not about to give up. She did a great job. Clean pass to Lauren Thatcher.
Looks like the Ferrum player did stay down there. It was kind of an awkward collision. Looks like she may have been holding her knee a little bit.
Yeah, those are scary situations on the field.
Looks like number 10, Caitlin Harley, walking off kind of gingerly there.
Hopefully she is all right. There is a rule, if I'm not mistaken here. If the game was stopped because of your injury, you do have to get off the field, even if number 10 is ready to get back in there. They do have to put in a replacement for her if the game was stopped because of her.
Looks like they will have a quick substitute come on for her, but hopefully she can re-enter the game.
Yeah, you see Ferrum does not have a whole lot of sub opportunities here. Any injury here for them is really critical. Lauren Thatcher with great speed, looking like she wanted to take it in but decided to back it out. Natalie Rice here. She is a great presence to watch. Amazing shot by Natalie Rice. She is a fantastic athlete to watch. Her shots are able to make it in with great distance. She doesn't have to be super close to the goal to get that in.
That's a great job by her. Her second of the day. So Natalie Rice just makes a quick cut and then just puts it on frame. Great job. Gets her second. Puts the Knights up 5-0.
Yeah, even from here, you can tell she's got some power in her shots. She's not afraid to whip it hard, and it comes because of it. She is able to get those shots in.
Yeah, Brittany Hall in the goal for the Panthers, really trying to keep Ferrum in this, but so far she's easily been the most tested player today, unable to stop that one. Obviously a very quick shot, as you mentioned, so tough one to try to keep out.
Yeah, here we see another benefit to how much the team has grown. Anna Walters here is going to take the draw. There's always benefit when you can mix up the girls who are at the draw to kind of confuse the other team and hopefully create the repossession. Right, and that's how it's done.
It's again consistent so far in coming away with those almost every time.
Yeah, right again to Hannah King. Those are great draw controls. There's a little really intense defense here on Ferrum. They're deciding to double team. If she can keep her head up and look, that means that there is someone open, which is Lauren Thatcher in the 8. Not quite able to get that shot off, though.
Lauren looking for the pass, definitely batted down there. Kiana Mojica for the Panthers now comes away with the ball. Looks upfield quickly, but the Knights there again.
Great fight, Remy Jarvis. That girl is not one to give up easily. Remy is definitely a fighter here.
Panthers come away with possession. Number 10, Caitlin Harley bringing it up. She has re-entered the game. That's good to see.
Way to stay with her, Knights. Remy's doing a great job of slowing that ball down. Same with Hannah.
Ferrum College is passing it around. We have seen this in their previous possessions. They really want to just build up to a really great shot here. So far, though, the Knights not allowing anything clean through the middle.
Maddie Dibble doing a great job of shutting out 24. You can tell she really had a couple opportunities to try to drive it in, but wasn't able to take it. I do believe they were going to call 3 seconds on Anna Walters, which means it's a free possession for Ferrum.
Sienna Burgos-Altman with the opportunity here to put Ferrum on the board. She likes to pass it quick.
Well done defensively by Maddie Dibble. She was there quick. That wasn't an unfortunate situation. 3 seconds is one of those difficult things, you know, with women's lacrosse where it's hard to watch when you're facing the other way, but Knights are able to take this possession and take it all the way downfield.
Lauren Thatcher again bringing it downfield for the Knights. Done such a good job so far. Bringing it all the way down and then finding one of her teammates.
She is key to these transitions. You can tell the ball really has been given to her to get the ball down to the other side, and she's been able to cross it over successfully every time. Great look by Lauren Thatcher to McLean Hardy, and she does get the shot. Once again, that shooting space is really hard to monitor in those situations.
Now McLean Hardy for the Knights, another great opportunity.
Decided to bring it out and pass it into the 8. Those are scary, scary situations when you have a lot of Ferrum girls in the middle there too, but Knights are able to pick it up, bring it out, and settle it down again. Lauren Thatcher looking for the pass. Hannah King looked like she didn't quite catch that the way she wanted to, but was desperately trying to get in the goal the other way. And Knights pick it up. Well done, McLean Hardy.
Man, it's hard to fault them for almost anything, as even when the shots haven't worked out, as we saw there.
Great look to Magic. Oh, looks like she did get hit in the head. Her goggles definitely got off her face, but they're not going to call that.
Managed to hold on to the ball, though, despite losing her goggles, so that's pretty impressive
Yeah, she
there.
did. She's definitely a patient player. She knows when to make a smart pass and when to hold on to it.
Nice try to get a shot off there. Again, Brittany
Not
Hall
quite.
for the Panthers.
You know, the Knights are doing a great job of positioning themselves and spacing themselves out, but where they are seeming to struggle here are those clean passes. They've got to be clean. Like right there, you see that would have been a great opportunity to Magic Knowles, but it's just those fundamentals that are hard to oversee. You have to be able to make those clean catches, clean passes, and then easy shots.
They've almost been doing so well. It seems like they're just so excited to get it in that I think a few of their past choices may not have been the best, but you know, it's hard to say. They do have quite a few weapons on their team as well, and they're looking for each other in those areas. So maybe a little bit rushed, but it's hard to fault them for, you know, being as excited about it.
Absolutely. It's working out in the end, even though they are making these mistakes. They are picking it up in the end, but these are mistakes you do have to get down now when you're playing teams like Ferrum, for when you do have to go up against, you know, some of the bigger dogs in this conference like Salisbury and St. Mary's. You cannot falter on these fundamentals. Oh, I believe they are going to call that a charge on Ferrum. Way to go, Maddie Dibble, to hold her ground and to get that transition. See, here again, we have a defensive player who's able to strongly carry the ball downfield.
Oh, Ooh, Knights had an opportunity there as they had a player well in the attack, able to come away with the ground ball.
Magic, was that Magic? Or, oh, that's, yeah, Magic was able to pick that up. I'm telling you, this girl is able to be in the field in places where you did not even know she was going to be there.
Great cut through the middle here. Takes a shot on goal, and that'll be the 6th one of the day for the Knights.
You know, that's hard to really appreciate unless you've been in those situations. That was a switch to her left hand. That's showing that she's able to get a hard shot off on her non-dominant hand and able to really pull that defensive player. She is a really impressive girl to watch.
McLean Hardy very excited about her first goal of the day. Now the Knights come away with a 6-0 lead with 4 minutes remaining in the first half.
Yeah, great shot by McLean Hardy. Looks like they're going to put McLean back in on the draw.
Number 10, Caitlin Harley, in for the Panthers on the draw.
You know, this is one of those situations where it seems like an easy setup, but it is hard to balance both sticks, and they have to be just bounced right horizontally on that line. And again, McLean with a draw to herself and transitioned it downfield.
They're just really working those draws today. They've come away with almost every single one.
Great look to Megan Barfus. Oh.
Another good shot there by the Knights. They will still maintain the possession. Barfus coming back around looking for more.
Megan's a great player who seems to always be in the right spot, but if she could just get down really tight shots, she would be getting in a lot more of these shots. You can see she has plenty of opportunities to get these shots in.
Yeah, obviously in retrospect, it's easy, on that last one, not exactly where she wanted it, but as you mentioned, very able to get into the area, and looks like she's looking for a teammate now.
Great look to Magic. Oh, very awkward shot, but that would have almost got in.
So close. Looked like it hit Brittany Hall in the foot. This is another area where I think Ferrum has struggled a little bit, really trying to find something downfield. Again, the Knights in the better position there.
Great pickup by Remy.
Despite a lot of pressure from Ferrum, the Knights still with the ball.
Hannah with the pickup, going through 3 defenders and able to pass it on. And once again, once Lauren Thatcher gets that ball, you know you're safe to count that as a transition over to the offensive side.
She likes to go long downfield, does manage to do so.
Oh, that is definitely over-aggressive on Ferrum's side.
McLean Hardy trying to add to her goal total for the day.
McLean not afraid to fight. She is a small girl, but not afraid to fight and go hard. Drew in those 2 defenders. Left.
Finds a good pass.
Oh, wow, that would have been a great behind-the-back shot.
The Knights putting on shots from all sorts of places. That's just, we've seen quite a few different shots from them today.
I do believe that was Sydney Winterton, who is another returner. They are going to give the ball to Ferrum. Looks like the Knights probably got a piece of that ball before it went out of bounds. Great defensive pressure by Lauren Thatcher. Great pickup. Megan Barfus. Oh! Does look like that was an unfortunate collide there.
Yeah, tough collision there with a couple of players. They may just not have seen each other.
Yeah, that number 4, Tatiana, is definitely an aggressive player.
Ferrum able to intercept that pass, but it's on the ground again.
They are going to give that ball to Ferrum.
Now Now Tatiana Roberts with the ball looking for a pass.
Nice clean transition by Ferrum. Great pressure by Remy.
Quite a few Knights in on the defense for this. It will end up on the ground. Looks like Remy's going to come away with it.
Yeah, great payoff for Remy's aggression and oh.
Ooh, Ferrum does have a good shot here. That's definitely their best shot of the day. You can see number 10, Caitlin Harley, really frustrated with herself there, as I think that one probably should have ended up in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was a very, very scary situation when your goalie's not in her circle.
Maddie Krause stepping out to take the pass from Remy on that one. I think that's by far Ferrum's best chance of the day. They're definitely going to be looking back at that one upset.
Right here, Natalie Rice is in a very scary situation. Those double teams right up against the boundary line can be very scary, but it looks like they are going to call it a push so that the Knights do get to keep that possession. Madison Dibble, another defensive player who can handle her way down the field, giving it to McLean Hardy.
May have thought she was fouled there.
Tatiana is definitely being really aggressive, but they are going to give her the ball. You can tell, you can see the frustration on McLean's face. That is a hard loss when you are definitely seeing some unnecessary aggression.
I think with only 10 seconds remaining in the half, though, it may be difficult for Ferrum to try to get anything here.
You do have to give it to them. They are fighting hard, but that does look like that is the end of the first half.
So that'll bring us to halftime here. Now, if you're Ferrum College, what is it that you are trying to address going into the second half?
You know, they're doing a great job transition-wise, but it just does seem that they can't keep possession down on their offensive end. They did have some great shot opportunities that just looked like it was unlucky shots and a mix of a great goalie by Maddie Krause.
Yeah, I definitely agree. They've had their opportunities. I think they just need to capitalize on them. The Knights, on the other hand, capitalizing on 6 great opportunities and having quite a few more as well. They've had quite a few shots from many of their better players. We're going to go ahead and step away here during halftime. Go ahead and join us again in about 10 minutes for the second half of women's lacrosse. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the fields here at Southern Virginia University for this second half of this women's lacrosse matchup. And during the first half, the Knights did come away with 6 points, a couple of goals by Natalie Rice, McLean Hardy, Lauren Thatcher, all contributing. Definitely had a great first half, really unable to get anything under control at Ferrum College, and I'm sure that the Knights are continuing to address that. Nancy Weber, I'm sure, had a great conversation. It looked like a lot of the players really just enjoying it. You could see a great team effort from the Knights as their defense not allowing any clean shots. So far, only 2 shots on goal for the Panthers, one of them almost an open goal. You were surprised they didn't come away with that one, but for the Southern Virginia Knights, 15 shots on goal in the first half, leading to 6 goals for them. I'm sure looking to continue that trend as we begin the second half here.
Yeah, great start with McLean Hardy with a really aggressive fight and won by Hannah King there off the draw.
Lauren Thatcher again, a pretty stable stick for the Knights here. Throws into the middle looking for Megan Barfus.
Great pickup by McLean Hardy.
Just trying to find in the center. Gets a shot.
Oh.
Looked like Brittany Hall able to just deflect that one up over the goal. Her 9th save of the game. She had 8 in the first half. Only took about 30 seconds, and the Knights again testing her early, just like they did in the first half.
Yeah, it was a great look off by McLean Hardy. She was able to see who was wide open. Right again, right there, same thing. Magic to Natalie Rice. Great shot by Natalie Rice.
Natalie Rice getting her 3rd of the day, so that's a hat trick for her and puts the Knights up 7-0.
You know, this is what we were talking about earlier. What do you do when you're Ferrum, when you've got all offensive players who can go in and will go in to shoot?
It took about 45 seconds there for the Knights to come away with their first of the second half, so bringing the same momentum that they had in the first half, but I would say even a little bit more organized than we saw in the first half.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I really would like to see out of the Knights in the second half is to take advantage of every shot opportunity. They really need to capitalize on these moments of making clean, smart shots for when they are playing against more aggressive and bigger teams. They need to be able to take advantage of every opportunity.
I think they had a good shot there, as earlier sometimes it looked like they had a few people in the middle that were open but were just unable to complete the pass. But Ferrum again continuing to double team, and so that does leave someone open, and it looks like they were able to capitalize on that one there as Natalie Rice, almost a free shot on goal. They come away with 7 points so far in this game.
McLean's taking the draw again. She's a very, very strong in this position. She does consistently get the ball to her left side, which Natalie and Hannah both know. Both girls know what to do and where to go when McLean is at the center.
Audrey Ramsey for the Panthers so far unable to come away with any draw control. Looking to change that here.
Great job by McLean and pick up by Natalie Rice. This is what wins games right here, these draw possessions. Great move by Megan Barfus, but still unable to shake both defenders.
Let's continue the movement around the outside, trying to open something up. Have a good cut here. Oh, and another shot by the Knights, but Brittany Hall is able to stop that one.
A really good idea here by the Knights. Those do tend to work most of the time. And here we see they are fighting hard and they got possession back. These Knights are not giving up.
That's a very quick possession for Ferrum.
Really aggressive defense here. That was very unnecessary. I'm really shocked that wasn't a yellow card, to be honest, but McLean is going to be able to pick it up and take possession.
Looked like number 3, Chloe Hudson. Definitely, I'm sure the halftime speech couldn't have been too exciting for Ferrum. Down 6-0 at halftime. Obviously, you need to focus on quite a few things to fix. Maybe a little bit of frustration there carrying over into the second half. That's definitely not what you want to see.
McLean is a big part of offense and defense, let's be honest, but she is a great contribution to this side of the field, and she is one who will never give up. Great speed here by McLean. She wants it, and she's going in for the shot. Well done.
Great job there. She gets her 2nd of the day. Just came all the way around the goal and just put it low. The goalie has struggled a little bit with the lower shots, so McLean Hardy gets her 2nd of the day and puts the Knights up 8-0.
Great shot off the crease by McLean Hardy.
Definitely not affecting her mental game, taking that hard shot there just a few seconds earlier. Comes right around and just puts it low on Brittany Hall, and she's unable to get her 10th save of the day, and the Knights come away with a point.
She's a really resilient player. One thing I really do love about McLean is her positivity. She is the glue that really keeps this team positive. If you know her, if you ever get a chance to talk to her, she is a girl who's always positive and always keeping a smile on these girls' faces. Here we see Ferrum mixing up their draw tactic here. We do have new player. This looks like this is Chloe Hudson, who's going to take it from the other side.
Probably smart ideas so far. Audrey Ramsey really unable to do too well in the draw control.
And it looks like Ferrum is able to get it right to their player, but Natalie Rice is going to fight hard enough that she's going to take that possession anyway.
That's great to see from the Knights. Ferrum did come away with kind of a favorable advantage there, but
really
again,
unfortunate pass there. Those really hard long lobs are really hard to control and aim correctly, and they can be really dangerous in those long transitions.
Now you see Tatiana Roberts bringing the ball upfield.
Great defense.
Ferrum definitely struggling so far to maintain any sort of possession for any length of time. So the Knights have kept pressure on every player that gets the ball, and now again bringing the ball downfield, McLean Hardy.
McLean able to get a good pass off, and not a clean pass right to Hannah Thane. Oh, it looks like we had a backward shovel on Ferrum, but nobody was paying attention to it, but they are able to pick it up in the end. Great double team here by the Knights, if they can just stay on it and get it out of bounds.
Ferrum may be a little bit on edge there, very afraid to keep it in their third too long, so just electing to push it back out into the mid. Not quite on the same page. Conversely, I think we've seen the Knights really work well as a team, as almost every player, as we've mentioned repeatedly, playing offense and defense, putting a lot of pressure on whenever they lose the ball.
Yeah. They're doing a great job here of staying together as a team. Great double team here. They are going to call Megan Barpus for being a little aggressive with those checks towards the head. Looks like they might be giving her her second yellow card of the game. You know, you really have to be careful with those checks. Refs are really watching dangerous checks to the head. Really unfortunate here for the Knights. We will be man down, but it's something the Knights can't handle.
Last time they did have this, they were able to just come away with the ball and basically run it out before Ferrum could get anything dangerous here, and it looks like, again, keeping the double team on. They do allow her to get a little bit farther than she typically has, but it looks like Chloe Hudson unable to keep control of the ball.
Great check by McLean Hardy, able to pick it up and get a pass off to Lauren Thatcher. Great transition.
Lauren looking to bring the ball into the center. Finds Magic in the center.
Great look to Magic. Able to run through 4 defenders. And another. Oh, did lose loss of possession there.
We've seen quite a few Knights, though. Once they get the ball, they just run right through Ferrum. Ferrum so far unable to really contain any of the Knights once they decide they want to go towards goal.
Yeah, most definitely. They are going to give possession here to Ferrum. But the Knights are not giving up. You can see great defense here by these offensive players. This is another point, like I said earlier, that Nancy does a great job of emphasizing every player needs to contribute to all times of the game. At all times of the game, excuse me. Another great fight there, but not quite able to get the interception by Holly.
Kiana Mojica unable to connect on that one. Did a good job trying to bring it almost all the way in towards the goal. Now Ferrum maintaining the possession. I think they're maybe trying a new tactic here. They have slowed down the play a little bit. I think this is smart. They tried this a couple times in the first half.
Looks like Ferrum lost her own footing there, but she did step inside the crease, so they are going to give the ball to the goalie.
That's definitely an interesting turn of events there. It looks like she's wearing kind of flat shoes, and this turf field sometimes is not very kind to people not wearing cleats, so it looks like she does lose her footing and fall into the crease there.
Yeah, a new aspect to some of these girls who've just been playing on grass is the turf field. Turf is a whole different game to play on. The ball does roll faster. It is a different feel for sprinting and for cutting, but it's that is part of the home advantage for the Knights here.
Looks like number 24, Sienna Burgos Altman, getting a yellow card there.
It is one of those things that kind of tend to happen when the game starts to get a little aggressive. You see, more and more calls and yellow cards, but it's just the way to keep the game safe for the girls.
Yeah, and it is hard, especially if you're Ferrum College. Being down 8-0, obviously not the situation you want to be in, and SVU so far pretty dominant in this game in so many facets of the field. Sometimes you can get a little bit frustrated, but I think so far both teams doing a pretty good job in allowing clean play to continue.
Yeah. Once again, great transition for the Knights. They really are capitalizing on all these girls who are able to really sprint and run. McLean with the look inside the 8, but not quite able to get the ball in with a collision with the number 4 on Ferrum.
Good attempt there. You can see the Knights definitely going back and forth with that strategy. Just have a runner cut through. They've had a couple players in the open. McLean able to get a decent shot away there, but collision with a player. Now she'll have another opportunity here, though.
Yeah, this is a big part of practice. This is something that McLean should be able to get a ball, and she's on a great hash here for a great shot, right hand. Switch to the left and not quite able to get it in.
I think that's a smart tactic, though. She does switch to her left hand, but I think so far Brittany Hall has kind of struggled to get the low shots. This time she struggles with a high shot, and now the Knights get a 9-0 lead over Ferrum College.
Shot by Megan Barfus. She's been wanting that shot in for a long time. She's great around those crease. She's a really good player, we like to call about with a roll around the crease. If you watch that carefully, she was able to get that shot in on that right side of the goal, which had very little space. The goalie was standing on that side, but they are able to give that shot. Looks like they are not going to give Megan the shot. They do check your stick after every goal, and I don't know if this stick was considered legal that time. They are going to call that it was not a legal stick.
A little bit frustrating if you're Megan Barfus. She's gotten so close today to a couple of goals, and
especially with those 2 yellow cards, she's really frustrated right now. But she is able to stay on the field, which is a good part of this call. They do just have to make sure the stick's legal. They're going to give her a new stick. They're going to switch over the possession to Ferrum, and they're going to play on without counting that goal. Very unfortunate here for the Knights. Hopefully this doesn't get in Megan's head and she's able to still play just as aggressively as she was before.
That is tough, and conversely, if you're Ferrum College, this is a break for you, a little bit of gain of momentum, a free possession as well, so they're definitely looking to try to build something here. So far, really not too many great possessions in the second half.
Great defense here by Ashley and Natalie Rice. Oh, a little bit of a tumble here.
Natalie Rice on that one as well, testing out the turf field. We have had a couple players hit that today. Audrey Ramsey now with the ball for the Panthers. Looks like she has an opportunity here, but the Knights crash on that and definitely shut that down early.
They will receive a call on shooting space here, but again, one of those things where it's almost better to take the shooting space and risk her missing this free possession shot than just letting her a one-on-one with the goalie. Great job by the Knights and Maddie Kraus. That was a great team effort. That defense jumped in on that shot, was able to slow her down and give Maddie Kraus a really good chance of stopping that goal. Great effort here on the defensive end.
She's done so well for the Knights today, and also just the entire defense, as you mentioned. keeping Ferrum to a shutout so far. Very impressive, even with 8 minutes gone in the second half here.
Knights are doing a beautiful job on their transitions. Great job of keeping possession. And great job of capitalizing on any opportunity to go for goal.
Natalie Rice now at the point, just trying to find someone. Ball does fall to the ground, but she's able to come away with it again.
You know, the Knights are in a really good position here where they are not pressured. They're not on a, any kind of pressure to go for goal. Them just working around here, really wearing out that defense is great on their part. Flag is raised, foul is called. And it looks like she's going to get a free possession shot. Oh, Hannah unable to get that stick up in a good position to get a good shot off. Great defensive strategy by Ferrum here.
Yeah, I think she lowered it a little bit, may have been trying to go for a lower shot, but the defense for Ferrum closing in quickly, not allowing her to get anything clean away there.
Yeah, it really prohibited her from a good wind-up to be able to get a strong shot in.
Now the Panthers bringing the ball down.
Great sprint by Natalie Rice. She came out from nowhere and was able to defend from behind. Again, Maddie Dibble from behind, able to keep up and defend, stay with her.
Audrey Ramsey with the ball here for the Panthers.
Defense is doing a great job of shutting out this whole game. You know, a lot of the defensive strategy here on this team, I know, is their communication. Communication is really key to making sure that everybody knows how to have each other's back and how to be prepared in case those breakaways do happen.
Yeah, and even from the broadcast, you can tell that they have quite a bit of communication. All of them constantly talking and signaling to each other. Even after the goals, you can see them still talking strategy a little bit.
Great defense here by the Knights. These girls are giving their all to try to get into the goal, but the Knights are not. Well,
we had a save there by Maddie Krause, but now it looks like we'll have a free position shot here. Number 24, Sienna Burgos Altman for the Panthers.
I thought that goal went in, so this is good. This is a better chance for the Knights to be able to stop this one.
So far, Maddie Krause done a great job for the Knights. We'll see if she can get a save here.
Maddie Dibble with great pressure, able to stop her and force her to get out of the 8 and try again. Change of possession here. Knights are going to take the ball and hopefully get it down again. McLean to Rice. They're going to let her keep playing. Rice taking on 3, 4. Oh.
Also taking a hit to the head there. It looked like she went down quick.
This game is starting to get a little dangerous. This is something that does happen once girls are getting a little aggressive. Looks like they are going to give the yellow card to Ferrum. I don't know if Natalie has to leave the field as well.
She is definitely not happy with that hit she took. She's clearly in some pain as well. Taking a shot like that to the head, obviously very painful, but she's very frustrated by that. That's a tough one for the Knights to take. Obviously, a lot of frustration on the field, but with 10 minutes gone in the second half, I'm sure things will just continue to mellow out here. Knights will have the possession once play resumes. Megan Barfus now bringing the ball down for the Knights. Hannah King now trying to find some space in the middle.
Great look, but the flag was raised, which means the minute the ball leaves her stick, they are going to get a retry. Ashley Lessing here with the shot. She does have a strong shot. This does have a really good chance of going in. She gets great position at the top of the 8. Not quite sure what we're waiting on here, but the ref keeps looking over his shoulder. You know, this is a good opportunity to bring up that box that I was talking about. This is a new element to the game. You can see the rectangle that's going around the crease. That is a brand new line added to the field. No girls are allowed within that rectangle during this shot, simply for their safety. If this shot does miss and go off, you know, it's for the safety of the girls so that no one does get hurt.
Good shot there. Another high shot, though. Brittany Hall so far.
A great pickup by the Knights once again.
Looking for another opportunity. Unable to complete the pass there, but they will come away with the
They're
possession.
getting very lucky here. Those shots into the 8, rarely, if missed, are able to be re-picked up by the Knights. A little bit of a slingshot there or pass by Megan Barfus, but fortunately the Knights are able to pick it up. Looks like that was Jessie to Lauren Thatcher. Lauren Thatcher here looking for any opportunity. 8 is looking a little crowded for her to try to do what she's really good at, which are those one-on-one draws. Draw and dumps is what we like to call them. Good fight here with the Knights, and Megan Barf is able to pick it up. She is dealing with a new stick. We do have to remember this is not her original stick, but she's doing a great job here.
It's a little bit of a different possession than we've seen here.
This is a little bit more of a chaotic offense here, but now that Lauren's able to get it, you know that unfortunate shot.
Yeah, great save there by Brittany Hall. She's done a great job watching those high shots. I think the Knights have had a few opportunities where they've tried to go lower as she's let a couple more of those shots in, but it looks like Ferrum here really bringing the ball up quickly. Looks like number 3, Chloe Hudson, moving the ball downfield.
Unfortunate miss.
Again, the Knights quickly on that one. Only about a 20-second possession there.
Great pickup by Holly. Unfortunately, Megan was not able to complete that pass. Don't know if that was due to the new stick or if it was just one of those passes that weren't able to be completed here.
I think what's tough as well is if you're Ferrum, you know, you sprinted all the way down the field, and to lose possession so quickly like that, as they've done a few times, it's very difficult. And so I think we have seen a little bit of frustration earlier from some of the players, but it takes a toll on you. Now slowing the game down here, but the Knights defense again proving strong.
The shot clock is down below 60 seconds here for Ferrum. A little bit of pressure to try to get a good shot off here. Great defense by Holly. 25 wide open once again, but Ashley was able to get right in her face for that shot.
Jacqueline Prilliman, number 25 there, has had a couple opportunities in front of the goal so far, unable to capitalize though.
Unfortunate pass here with Ashley Lessing, but the Knights once again are able to pick it up. These midfield transition and ground balls are really being won by the Knights here. Megan able to take advantage of the missed opportunity by Ferrum.
Looks like we'll have a timeout here. I think Ferrum may want to get together and talk about the strategy here. They only have 16:38 remaining in the second half, down 8-0. Obviously, the Knights as well doing a pretty good job so far again in the second half, but a couple of things to fix. We've had a couple of, I think, hasty possessions. They haven't completed a few of their passes, even though they have come away with the ground ball quite a few times. I think they do have a couple of coaching opportunities as well moving forward.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of both teams are having a little bit of a hard time here with the fundamentals, these passing and catching and ground balls, but ultimately the Knights are taking advantage of these and coming up with all these ground balls. So while both teams seem to be struggling a little bit with passing and catching, the Knights are fighting harder and coming up with the ground balls.
Should also mention the Knights have a couple of home games coming up. Their next game is this Saturday the 10th, Mary Washington conference game. That one's obviously a big one. Mary Washington, a very good program as well. And then Monday the 12th, they play Concordia at home again, and then they have a couple of away games. So obviously, this is a perfect time for the Knights in order to correct a few things before they move into the more important conference schedule against Mary Washington. So Coach Nancy here really can't be too upset with most of our players today. They've all shown quite a few. We've had 4 or 5 different goal scorers. We've seen all those goal scorers play really good defense as well. Maddie Krause as well, having a shutout so far in the game. Had quite a few good saves, and 20 shots on goal for the Knights. It's hard to be upset with their offense.
Absolutely, especially if they can keep this beautiful transition they seem to have here that's been working seamlessly. Some of these bigger teams like St. Mary's and Mary Washington that's coming up on Saturday, it's going to have a real impact on the outcome of those games.
And obviously games like this as well. So far the Knights 0-3 on the season, but looking pretty good for a win here today to get their first one. So building the momentum as they go against some of their more tough opponents.
Yeah, great chance here, especially home game. The Knights really need this to help move along their momentum as they keep going against some tougher teams. Knights are going to keep possession here at the end of this timeout with Megan Barfus. He's going to pass it right over to Hannah.
Knights still do have a lot of time here with 16 minutes remaining in the game, but so far in pretty good control. Good opportunity here. Barfus again spins in front of the goal.
It is her signature move. This girl is good at crease rolls, but a crease roll does seem to be really hard with 2 players. But once again, because of the double team, someone's wide open. Great look to Ashley Lessing, and she's going to draw and take that foul. Shooting space foul. Great look to Hannah. Oh, that would have been a great shot. It looks like she was holding her stick a little low.
Now Ferrum will have a possession. Tatiana Roberts with the ball here. Now Ferrum so far from this position has really struggled to get it to the other end. As we mentioned earlier, sometimes they'll just run 50 yards up the field but then lose the possession quickly, as the Knights defenders are very talented. Especially today, they've really done well as a team in order to double team. Again, the Knights steal with a possession there and a quick turnaround, about a 10-second possession there for Ferrum.
Great job by Jessie Case. It's one of those elements that you really can't teach an athlete, to just be able to go hard in all situations. That looked like it was just going to be a simple pass, but Jessie didn't give up. She decided to go for it, and because of it, we do have possession now.
Yeah, the Knights' effort definitely been there today. Almost everyone contributing, regardless of which side of the ball they're on. Just coming away with those simple possessions. That's a simple pass.
Great drive by McLean. Almost going to go to goal, but they are going to call it. That did look a little dangerous. This game is looking a little bit more feisty than most.
McLean, another opportunity here. She's already got a couple of goals on the day. I'm curious where she elects to shoot, if she does.
Yeah, really unfortunate there, because she did have a great opportunity to go for goal, but this girl's got a great shot, and I have a lot of faith in this moment right here.
Looked like she wasn't able to get a clean shot there. It looked like Tatiana Roberts getting just a touch on there, but the Knights will retain the possession.
Megan again trying to go in for her famous crease roll, but into a pass with Lauren Thatcher, and that was a beautiful shot in the upper left-hand corner by Lauren Thatcher. Great look by Megan Barfus. You can tell she really wanted that crease roll, but she saw the better opportunity by Lauren Thatcher standing right there in the 8.
Interesting tactic. Ferrum electing to just keep that double team and allow a player right through. Lauren Thatcher, not the player you want to be cutting through there. She gets her second goal of the day. The Knights come away with a 9-0 lead, so it's interesting that even with the timeouts and the halftime, Ferrum haven't really changed up their tactics too much. The Knights taking full advantage of that with several different players running through and so far coming with 9 points on the day.
Finally able to get that 9th point after that unfortunate illegal stick incident, but the Knights are pushing forward.
I think that may have been the longest streak that the Knights have gone without scoring for sure. Scoring quickly at the beginning of the second half and then a couple more, but so far a little bit of a gap there without them scoring, but now they're back on it.
Big part of this game has to go to McLean Hardy for these draws and the possessions that are happening right here. A little bit of a dangerous slash here. Don't know how you call that on who, but both girls seem to be down.
That's definitely a tough one. Both players trying to go for the ball. Hard to tell exactly what happened, but both players really feeling it.
You know, I've been in these situations where frustrations just seem to arise on both ends of the field, and that's when you start to see these more aggressive situations here. But the Knights really have to learn to keep their heads up and play the way that they've been taught.
Looks like number 13, Chandler Long for the Panthers. A little bit ginger on that right foot. She is being helped off.
Really unfortunate for Ferrum here. You can see they really don't have a lot of substitutes if there are any injuries here.
Looks like number 20, Aliona Pickett coming on for the Panthers. That's the last thing if you want to see is injuries. 15 minutes remaining. Ferrum, obviously, as you mentioned, not a hugely deep bench, so injuries are not kind to any team at this point.
Ferrum with the save almost went out of bounds, but they are able to keep possession here. Great aggression and defense by McLean Hardy right on to Holly and to Hannah. You know, it's hard as a defensive player to go really hard like that unless you know that your team's going to pick up at the same level of intensity. And the Knights are doing a great job here. There's not really one defensive player who's standing out. This is a team effort, and they're really showing that here. Hannah here with Hannah Thane with a pickup, and she's going to run that midfield, running into a little bit of trouble with a triple team, but able to get that transition regardless.
Like Ferrum was close to getting a good shot there, unable to connect with Caitlin Harley again, but she has been in the attack for Ferrum and had a couple of opportunities, but again, the Knights just all over everything today.
Yeah, this is one of those ground pickup balls that just seem to not ever be able to be picked up by either teams.
Ball's got about 60 yards down the field without possession.
This is a rough thing. It is a big part of this too is playing on a turf field. The ball does roll a lot faster if you're not used to it. Definitely a dangerous check there by Tatiana. Lauren Thatcher is going to be able to pick it up with Tatiana having to move 4 meters away. Looks like she's going to be able to take the right hash. She's definitely, you know, able to shoot with both hands here. So if Lauren can get this over into her left hand, she's going to get a great shot.
Quick shot there. Looks like it hit Brittany Hall right in the face. Will go out to the side.
Knights will be able to keep possession.
Lauren Thatcher again with the ball here. Makes a quick move around. Unable to get the angle she wanted. We have stoppage and play on the field.
Looks like they might be having a little bit of problem with the clock here. They do need to make sure that the exact time is allotted to both teams here.
Interesting stat while we have the clock on the board, though. You can see the shots on goal for Ferrum, only 4. That, you know, obviously tough to get any goals with that going on. And conversely for the Knights, 4 saves by Maddie Krause. So, you know, the 22 shots for the Knights accounting for their 9 goals and only 4 for Ferrum. A couple of those, I'd say probably 2 of those, they had a good shot of scoring, but a couple of them really just kind of tough shots. So Maddie Krause doing a great job for the Knights, but 12 saves as well for Brittany Hall. The Knights definitely testing that quite a bit as well.
Yeah, those 22 shots do say a lot about how this game is going, but it is unfortunate that not more have gone in for the Knights. this is a weird situation where 13 minutes might seem like not that much time, but a lot can happen. The Knights cannot give up here. They still have to maintain possession. They still have to get in as many shots as they can, and to be able, well, to ultimately assure this win.
Yeah, absolutely. 13 minutes is still plenty of time. Ferrum so far unable to score.
Great look to Hannah, but it looks like she was not able to complete that pass. But the Knights are not fighting. They might still be able to pick this up and end up with the possession after all. McLean Hardy with a great pickup. Although there were four Ferrum girls trying to get in on that. Great look to Lauren Thatcher and unable to get into the goal.
But
Yet again,
she comes away with the
Knights
possession.
are going to pick it up. They're doing a great job at just fighting for any second they can. Smart on the Knights' part to keep possession here. The shot clock did get to restart here so that they are able to go in as long as they can.
Yeah, they definitely are looking to take some time off the clock here. Obviously a 9-goal lead. Pretty confident, but a lot can still happen. Lauren Thatcher, a lot of pressure from her, but doing a good job maintaining the ball.
She's able to maintain her cool under pressure like that. Megan Barvis with wide open shot and a little bit high. Her shots are going above the goal a lot today.
You wonder if maybe just the hands being a little bit cold out there affected just, a few inches. A few of her shots have gone a little bit high, so it's difficult to say.
No, it really does. And she is working with a different stick today. After that call. Oh!
Knights with a good opportunity here.
Well done by the Knights in order to make this a fight on this side of the field. If they can pick up this possession, once again, offense gets a chance to score. Great pickup again by McLean Hardy. She seems to be able to get those balls in those situations where nobody else can pick them up. Unfortunate miss here by Megan Barfus, but she's going to check and get the possession once again.
How are the Knights coming away with all of these possessions?
These girls are not giving up. You can tell they want it. Ooh. Definitely a push from behind here.
Ashley Lessing looked like she was in a really good position to catch that pass and get a quick shot, but a little bit of contact from behind will allow for another free position shot here.
Looks like she does have an opportunity to pass it right here to Jessie or take it right in. Looks like she is going to try to take it, and she's going to make it. She did have 3 defenders on her, but she has a great shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Gets her second of the day, puts the Knights 10-0 up over Ferrum College. Just elects to run in and take it quick. As you mentioned, she had a couple of passing options, but just taking it quick on that one now with 10:48 remaining in the second half.
Yeah, that was definitely another team effort on that part. There was a lot of opportunities for Ferrum to pick it up and take possessions, but the Knights were not giving up. It would have been easy for them to let somebody just take a ground ball and make the pass, but they were going to fight for every second they could.
Looks like we have number 13, Chanda Long, who exited earlier. It looked like she was limping a little bit on her right foot, has re-entered the game now. So it's good to see it wasn't a serious injury. See if the Knights can come away with another possession here, as they've done so well on almost every draw in the game.
Looks like McLean's able to consistently get it to where she wants to, but the question is if, the 2 Knight players on their circle are able to get there in time.
One of the few times they weren't able to there, and now Ferrum comes away with the ball.
Defense is doing a great job of talking, making sure that every girl is covered and everyone knows who is guarding the girl with the ball and where the ball is located. It is hard to play defense in this sport. Your back is turned a lot of the time to the girl with the ball, so communication really is key here.
I think these are the types of possessions that Ferrum's been looking for all game. You can tell they clearly have something drawn up here, but so far have been unable to execute it because the Knights are just all over it today.
Great defense there by Maddie Dibble. That girl definitely was looking for a crease roll, but Maddie was able to show the intensity and keep her out of that 8. Under 30 seconds here on the shot clock. Still a lot can happen, but that does put a lot of pressure on Ferrum right here to try to get the ball in. They are going to call that on McLean. Hardy, that was a little bit aggressive and towards the head, which you do have to be very, very, very careful about. But it was not in the 8, so it does not mean it is a free possession shot.
Right, still in a good defensive position. Ferrum likes to pass quickly.
Definitely shooting space on the Knights. But hey, they've been doing a great job of crashing in on these girls who are getting these free possession shots, forcing them to have really not get the greatest angle that they wanted to when they try to shoot.
Now looks like number 1, Kiani Mojica for the Panthers. Another opportunity, but so far hasn't benefited too much as the Knights have had defenders on both sides converge quickly.
6 seconds on the shot clock. If this does not go in, looks like possession will be granted to the Knights, and they are able to score.
Kiani Mojica with the first goal for Ferrum College on the day. I think definitely a little bit of sigh of relief there for Ferrum. So far they were unable to score, but a pretty good move there. Allows her to open up some space and take a quick shot. Now Ferrum College down just 9 goals with 8 minutes remaining.
Which, unfortunately, is not necessarily impossible. Lacrosse is a very fast sport. The Knights cannot give up here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as we saw, for example, in the first half, the Knights came out quickly and scored a couple within 2 or 3 minutes. Ferrum College obviously not ruling that out as a possibility, but if the Knights continue to be as consistent as they are with their offense and their defense, it's going to be an uphill battle for Ferrum. Chloe Hudson for the Panthers continuing to take the draws here. They've gone through a couple different players to try to change the tactics. I would say so far Chloe's probably done the best for Ferrum, really only come away with a couple on the day, but I'd credit to McLean Hardy for most of the draws here for the Knights and keeping the possession.
Yeah, the Knights have really done a great job of shutting out Jacqueline, who has been a big part of their team, and you can tell she is open in a lot of situations, but the Knights are doing a great job of shutting her out.
Looks like play is yet to resume so far. Now we will have the draw. Now we have a little bit more discussion before the draw is allowed to continue.
Looks like they might be having a little bit of trouble here with the clock. You know, we can take this second to talk about some of the new rules here. You can see that with there are only the two girls that are on the circle. They and the girl who are taking the draw are the only ones who are allowed to go after a draw until possession is made. These girls who are waiting on their starting line used to be able to jump in as soon as possible and help pick up that ball, but here you see it is a fight between these three on three until possession is made, and then girls are allowed to cross the restraining line.
Which definitely has affected today as well, as the Knights, I think, have been a little bit quicker in getting to that, even with
definitely. It definitely gives the girls, those 6 girls, a chance to pick it up on their own and more safely. As you can see here, when the ground ball is in the middle of a lot of girls, we see a lot of dangerous checks, a lot of dangerous situations. So it really ultimately is for the safety of those girls. Not quite able to make the catch there, Magic, but picked up by McLean Hardy once again.
Knights have been in great positions all around today, backing each other up like that. You can see the pass unable to be completed, but again, the Knights have someone there. We've seen quite a few shots as well, where they just happen to be in the right spot at the right time and pick it up.
They are killing on these transitions. Really showing that. And beautiful shot by McLean Hardy. Do believe that was another left-handed shot by that girl. She definitely someone who cannot be stopped.
That was very impressive. Quick switch to her left hand and then just cuts right in. She gets her 3rd of the day. the Knights are getting scores from all sorts of different places. Quite a few different players. Hardy, Rice, Lessing, Thatcher got a couple. Quite a few different players accounting for the 11 points for the Knights today.
Definitely showcasing the different talent and the amount of talent on this team. You know, one of the great advantages of the team this year is the amount of girls that they do have. You do see a lot of girls playing new positions, and you do see a lot of girls able to be subbed when needed and to really contribute to the legs on this team, the amount of energy needed to bring the ball up and downfield.
Yeah, and I think 10 goals up with 7:20 remaining in the second half is obviously a good time to bring a couple of the players on. As we mentioned earlier, almost all of the players on this team are younger underclassmen, but definitely showed the leadership they need to. But it's good to see some of the players come on that, you know, would be a little bit farther down the roster. If they can get some experience against these type of teams, it really helps build the team in years to come, which, you know, having as many underclassmen as they do, they're definitely trying to look to build for the future.
Most definitely. Possession here by Lauren Thatcher. So they are going to call it a push on number 9, but Lauren is able to take it on. It was not inside the 8, so it's not a free possession.
Looking for a pass in the center. Unable to do so, but again, the Knights somehow managed to come away with the ball.
Yeah, that is another one of these new rules, not necessarily this year, but newer to the game of lacrosse. The girls are allowed to kick the ball. When it is in those situations of a lot of people going for the ground ball, it does give you the advantage to get the ball out of that clump and to go pick it up yourself.
Definitely has dramatically affected today. We've seen quite a few times where the ball is kicked.
Oh, unfortunate shot by Jessie. Pipe shot. But picked up once again by the Knights. Another unlucky shot by Megan Barfus. She's always there, but it just seems she is turning around a little too quickly, not able to really quite aim that shot. But hey, she just keeps working on that. Those are going to be some beautiful shots later on in the season.
She's gotten so close a couple of times today. Had the one goal taken away. That time just so close yet again, but it just speaks to the character of the Knights attackers and how quickly they can turn the game around.
Most definitely. Holly doing a great job of keeping up with her girl here and picked
Another
up by
great
Maddie
save.
Krause. Maddie Krause coming out of the goal to pick it up.
Looks like number 24, Sienna Burgos-Altman, taking a shot to the elbow there.
Really unfortunate. But they are going to keep the possession for the Knights.
Couple of players for Ferrum College now taking a couple hits during the game. Obviously not ideal, but luckily they do have Aliona Pickett to step on here.
You know, all these rules are in play here for the safety of these girls, but we do have to remember that this game can get really dangerous, especially when girls are playing really aggressive.
Which definitely has been the case today. We've seen quite a few aggressive plays resulting in a few headshots. We've seen some elbows, some knees take some hits as well. It's like number 9, Audrey Ramsey there.
Because of it, we do see a lot of the transition into these helmets. You can see Maddie Dibble wearing one today. They are a great addition to the goggle and in helping reducing concussions, which is a big part of, unfortunately, the game of women's lacrosse. And I do believe as this sport continues, we are going to see a lot more teams transitioning to this helmet, this goggle helmet here. It does a great job of protecting against shots and checks, but does not inhibit in any way the vision or the ability to play and see on the field.
Also on days like today, maybe slightly warmer, not by much, but could be useful.
Most definitely. Chloe here for the Ferrum Panthers, able to take it all the way downfield with a pass to 25, but picked up by Maddie Krause.
Seen that a couple of times. Jacqueline Prillman almost always there for Ferrum, just unable to capitalize on that. Looks like she's in a good opportunity. She's where she's supposed to be, but Ferrum unable to complete the pass and thus not able to come away with a goal there.
Oh, unfortunate pass to Magic, who wasn't able to pick it up, but yet again the Knights are not done fighting. Pick up by Hannah King here, or that Remy Jarvis to Megan Barfus.
There we see the kick tactic again, working out great for Megan Barfus.
Definitely.
There.
Megan does have a really interesting cradle. You'll see that she does cradle really low. It's not something that we see a lot in these newer players, but if it works for her, keep going.
Absolutely. Looks like number 4, Tatiana Roberts, stepping in front of that pass, and now
definitely an empty stick check on Megan Barfus. They're going to let Ferrum take it on.
A little bit more frustration from some of the players.
A little bit of aggression here.
Those two have been matching up together all day, so I think they finally both had a little bit of enough of each other.
If I'm not mistaken, this is Megan's 3rd yellow card, which does mean she might be done for the game today.
That's not what you want to see if you're the Knights. It's definitely tough. We have seen Tatiana Roberts matched up against her in the defense quite a bit today. The referee's having a little bit of a discussion here.
Yeah, I do. So seeing it here, after your 2nd yellow card, so I was mistaken. I believe that this was Megan's 2nd. Then you are suspended from further play in the game. It is one of those really unfortunate situations where both girls were called out for this. It wasn't just one player on one team. You can see the frustration here on the coach's side. Nobody wants to see a game played like this.
Yeah, and it's been tough as well because those two have been just continually going at it in the game. They're matched up consistently against each other. Megan Barfus so close to scoring a couple of different times, unable to do so, but Tatiana Roberts consistently keeping her out as well. So both players a little bit frustrated by the play, and I'll just hope play continue here.
So both teams are going to be affected here. Both teams are man down, which means more running for these girls. The same amount of girls do have to stay behind the restraining line, so it just means less girls on the offensive or defensive for the Knights case side. Great defense here by the Knights. Really doing a great job of slowing her down.
Chandler Long there, who stepped off for possible injury to her knee, definitely back running quite a bit now. So we'll have a stoppage in play.
You know, both teams do still have a lot of timeouts opportunities here for them to be able to kind of get a reset with this aggression that we are seeing on the field here.
Knights have possession now, bringing it quickly downfield.
Great pass to Lauren Thatcher, who has nothing in front of her and really able to take it in. Great look to Magic Knowles. Oh, unfortunate shot, but picked up again by Magic Knowles. Let's do this again.
Gets her own shot back. Another quick stoppage in play here. Referee having a little conversation with number 1, Kiani Mojica there. The lone goal scorer for Ferrum College today.
Does look like Ferrum is man down on top of the already man down situation that they are in. That might be due to the fact that they don't have a lot of girls who are able to come in for those girls who had injuries. Should be 6-on-6 here with both yellow cards after both yellow cards have been given.
Kayla Knowles here with a free position shot. Elects to just bring it back out and pass to Lauren Thatcher.
Great look by Magic instead of taking it in for herself. Really smart move here. You can see Sammy, do have to give a big shout out to Sammy. He is the assistant coach, really mainly based off of the offense, and he really knows when to take advantage and when's a good opportunity to just hold out and run that clock when needed. Sammy does a great job of reading the other team's defense and knowing what kind of offense we're looking for. And that, unfortunately, is not going to count as a shot for Hannah King, but she is not giving up here. Definitely looked like that was in to me, but Knights are going to keep the possession and go for it and try it again.
So close. How many times have they hit the posts today?
Yeah, these girls, although they are having these unfortunate events, it's not slowing them down.
Absolutely not. They already have 11, and they're continuing to look for more. Then they've been 3 or 4 really close shots.
44 seconds here in the second half. You can tell these Knights, they're really just trying to jamble up this defense and get one last shot in before the end of the game. They do not want to give possession to Ferrum at all for the rest of this game. 30 seconds left on the clock. You know, you can tell they are waiting for that go-ahead to go into goal. And unfortunate shot by Allie Moss. Great try there.
Looked like she was trying to throw it in to someone in the center. Didn't come off exactly like she wanted, but I think the Knights again may get possession back. May have reached into the crease on that one.
Clock is still running. Don't know if they are going to have to reset the clock. I'm pretty sure.
They elect to not reset the clock and just have the clock run out instead. So that brings us to the final here with your Southern Virginia Knights coming away with an 11-1 win over the Ferrum College Panthers. A great job by the Knights, really showing they've grown a lot. Their first 3 games, obviously not the result they were looking for, but showed a lot of great teamwork here. They did have a close one in their last one, but I think the teamwork really just stepped up today.
Most definitely. You do have to give a big shout out to Maddie Cross for the ending score here, but honestly, this is one of those situations where that defense made Maddie Krause look really good. They really made sure she didn't get too many opportunities to get scored on. So great shout out to defense, great shout out to the midfield transition, and then once again, great shout out to offense for the amount of time they've been able to keep the possession. So overall, everyone played a great game today. Yeah, absolutely. A wonderful team aspect. We saw all the attackers playing defense. The defense obviously keeping a shutout for, quite a few, almost the entire second half. Gave up 1 goal there. Kiani Mojica, the lone goal scorer for Ferrum College. But as you mentioned, so many players in the attack for Southern Virginia. McLean Hardy getting 3, Natalie Rice getting 3, Ashley Lessing coming away with a couple, Lauren Thatcher, Megan Barf is so close quite a few times. So as we mentioned, so many players for the Knights doing a great job. They now move into conference play and play Saturday the 10th against Mary Washington. That will be a home game starting at noon. Then they play again Monday the 12th at Concordia, another home game opportunity starting at 11 a.m. So a couple of home games coming up for the Knights, and a great performance here for myself and the rest of the broadcasting crew. Thanks so much for watching, and go Knights.